everyone. I'm super excited. I just want to welcome you to the first ever M4M podcast, which stands for Medicine for the Mind podcast. I'm reading off my phone. I'm sorry. I just don't want to miss anything. So, basically, first of all, let me give you an explanation of this podcast and the purpose of it. So, the purpose of this podcast is to prescribe a healthy psychological dosage of medicine to heal and maintain healthy minds. And today, the topic of this podcast is combating the fear of pursuit. To combat the fear of pursuit. And guys, just doing this podcast was like a challenge for me myself. Later on in future podcasts, we probably will talk about it, but this one is going to be talking about combating the fear of pursuit. And first of all, we just need to have understanding of what these different words mean. So, first of all, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind, which is, I say, is something like self-discipline. When you have a sound mind, you can make wise decisions, you can make wise choices. You're just doing things a little bit better than you would do if you didn't really have control over yourself. So let's get to it. So fear. Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. So, what stuck to me in this one, this definition of fear is the word belief, right? So, you have to believe that someone or something is dangerous in order to fear it. So, it has something to do with your belief. Well, here I go. Well, what does belief mean? So, belief is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. So, belief is a statement, belief is the acceptance that a statement is true. So, let's bring this back to fear. So, fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief, pause, which is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. Okay? So fear is that unpleasant emotion that's caused by the belief, by the acceptance, something that you accepted yourself as true or not. Okay? That someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. So I feel that a lot of times why people can't go after their dreams or can't chase their dreams is because there is a fear that is like blocking them from getting one step closer to achieving that dream or to accomplishing that goal. So pursuing something is it's the only way you can get something done. You have to go after it, right? So, for example, with me, I'm in school now, but there was a time when I wasn't in school due to financial incapabilities. And during that time, I either had a choice to not work, not try to, get back in school, not look up scholarships or grants or anything, or I had a choice to actually work, save up my money, and put myself back in school. So what I did was I did this latter. I worked, I saved money, and I looked up the financial side of school and gained an understanding of it so that when I went back, I would never be in the same position I was in before. So I pursued the mission or the goal to getting back in school. And now I'm in school only because I pursued it. Had I allowed fear to stop me, I wouldn't be where I am today. So To pursue something, pursue means to seek, to attain, or accomplish a goal over a long period of time. It means to seek, to attain, or accomplish. You have to go after it. The only way that you can achieve something is by you actually getting it in your mind, saying that this is what I want to do. And in order for me to get this done, I have to do this. So you have to go after whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in life. So I did more research, and I love researching the definitions of words because it brings so much meaning to conversation and to understanding why things are the way they are or what things actually mean. So fear introduces a multitude of uncertainties. For an example, I I am overcoming this fear, but I'm afraid of riding elevators because I might become trapped with strangers, or even worse, being in there by myself. So the word might is key because I fear riding elevators because something bad might happen, which is an uncertainty. And if you notice, a lot of times with your fears, and uncertainty usually follows that fear. So, like for example, I had a friend who was afraid of how can I say it? I don't want to say going to school, but actually being in school when it comes to grades, because they were afraid of failing. So it was like that fear was preventing them from even trying to do something because they just might have failed a course or might have failed a test. So to avoid the uncertainty, we allow fear to get in the way and to just prevent us from even trying anything overall. You see how powerful fear is? Like, we should never, ever allow fear to do anything. And the crazy thing about this, fear is a belief. It's a belief. It's not a person. It's not a thing that you can see, smell, touch, hear. It is a belief. It's something in your mind that you told yourself that you are afraid of. Like, so you mean to tell me if your mind is that powerful to tell you that you are afraid of something, and then to even go further and not pursue something because of the fear that you came up with in your mind, you can combat that. You can combat that. You can actually change that, right? You can change that yourself. If you're the one who put in your mind the fear and you actually believe the fear, what if you believe something that combated the fear? As in, with the school example, what if I do pass? What if you change that uncertainty to a goal, right? Like, what if you fail? Let's change it and say, what if I pass? Take out the what if. Say, I will pass. And then your goal is to make that become a reality. It's all in your mind, guys. And it's so, your mind is so powerful. Like, I was talking with my mom the other day, and like, people say, physical, like, you can feel things that happen to you physically, right? But that mind is so powerful. The mind can cause somebody to commit suicide. That's how powerful your mind is. You can actually kill with your mind. If your mind is so powerful that it can take your life or possibly cause you to take somebody else's life, fear doesn't have anything on you. You have complete control. And that's why I go back to the Bible. when it says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love. You combat fear with love. What is love? Love is an intense feeling of deep connection. Well, how else do you combat fear? It says God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, of power. Power is the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. So power is the ability to do something. The ability to do something. Fear numbs people. Fear prevents people from doing something. Fear is like barricades. Have you ever seen people, the construction workers doing construction road work on the street or whatever? They have those large cones out there to serve as barricades so that you cannot go in that direction where they are working at. That is what fear looks like. That is what fear looks like. It stops you from moving forward. It causes you to turn around and go back. So, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. A sound mind to me, I always say, is like self-discipline. And self-discipline means the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses. The ability to pursue what one thinks is right despite temptations to abandon it. That self-discipline is so powerful. The ability to control the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses is the first part of that definition. So self-discipline means that you are in control. And you already have self-discipline in you because God created us with that to combat fear. So you have to tap into that. And the last part of that definition is the ability to pursue what one thinks is right despite temptations to abandon it. That last part is so crazy. The ability to pursue what one think is right despite temptations to abandon it. So that means that you are already equipped with the ability to actually pursue something. Like you're pursuing what you think is right despite temptations to abandon it. Is that fear. So it's the ability to pursue what you think is right despite the fear that causes you to actually abandon it. So you are the only one that can give power to fear. So since you are the only one that can give power to fear, you are the only one that can combat your fear. So it starts with a belief. Fear starts with a belief. You have to believe something in order to fear something. So, and the thing about it is no one on this planet can alter what you believe but you. Okay? So keep that in mind. You're the only one that can change what you believe. People can tell you all day and all night that this is that and that is this and vice versa and whatever. They can tell you anything. But it's up to you to actually believe what they are saying as a fact or as if it's wrong or if it's right. It's up to you to decide what they're saying and how you are judging what they are saying. It's up to you. So let's do this. I would like to end this podcast with a little brain exercise that actually helped me get through some things in the past, and still to this day, it's a great exercise. So let's do this together. Well, I can't do it because I'm kind of reading, but you get the picture. Close your eyes right now and imagine your fear has been placed in a small box. And every time you thought about it and have attached new uncertainties, you have placed that box in another box. So here's an example. Let's take the fear of an elevator, right? I take my fear and I put it in a box. And every time I thought about that fear or approached an elevator, I have this uncertainty that I would get trapped in it. So every time that uncertainty come up, I take this fear that's in my box and put it inside another box and another box and another box. So any uncertainty someone else has placed on your original fear has caused it to go in another box as well. So if another person say, "Oh, you shouldn't go in that elevator, you might get stuck. I heard stories about that." Da, 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 da. It just adds to the fear and it adds to those uncertainties. So we're going to continue to put our fear in all these different boxes. Okay, so that's what happens when you fear something. It takes what could have been done and it buries it. And over time, it gets in all of these boxes, box after box after box after box. I don't think I can make it. I don't think I would do good. I might fail. I might end up 4 steps behind than forward. I might not get this job done on time. I might not get to do it. Okay? All of those uncertainties are you putting your fear deeper and deeper into another box and another box and another box. Your job, I challenge you to find your original box of fear and release that thing that you are afraid of. Each day, take the time to enter into your mind and remove a box. It's not going to happen overnight where your fear just vanishes and it goes away. Our minds are something special, something powerful, and we have to constantly work towards removing this fear and releasing what we are afraid of. So each day, I want you to try to remove a box of. So once you have reached your original box, your original fear, and removed all the boxes of uncertainties, I want you to grab hold to your dream, grab hold to your vision, grab hold to your goal and passion, whether it is to start a new business, become a singer, travel the world, standing up for yourself, forgiving someone, whatever it is, pursue that thing head on. And if you or anyone else tries to bring a box of uncertainty your way, combat it with the scripture and by saying that God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I want you to tell yourself, I will accomplish this. I will not allow fear to be a barricade between myself and my goals. I am an overachiever. Each day, unwrap a box until you get to that original box. And you unwrap it each day by telling yourself, God has not given me the spirit of fear. I will overcome this. God has given me love, power, and a sound mind to combat this fear of pursuing something that I am so passionate about. Each day, unwrap a box till you get to that original fear. Once you get to that original fear, attack it head on with that scripture. Once you attack it, I want you to now get your goals, your dreams, everything lined up. Write small, attainable goals to achieve those larger goals. And just keep working And you will get this. You will become a singer. You will start your own company. You will be able to go back to school. You will find love. It's whatever you want to do, you can do it. Never allow fear to become a barricade between yourself and your goals. You will accomplish this. And I just want to thank you all for tuning in to my very first episode of M4M, which stands for Medicine for the Mind, where we are here to prescribe a healthy psychological dosage of medicine to heal and to maintain healthy minds. Today, we are combating fear, the fear of pursuing. So, be blessed. See you later.